We interrupt regular programming now for an update on the search for Michael Burham. Let's listen in.
Michael Burham, a short time ago here in Warren County. I'm surrounded by some of the members of the team. There were certainly many more, and we owe them a debt of gratitude for all of the hard work, and dedication, and risk that they all took to do what we told the citizens of Warren County we would do, and that is to keep them safe. So at 3:57 this afternoon, our tip line received a call from some residents on Jackson Run Road in Conewango Township, Warren County, about a suspicious individual. We mobilized resources that I told you we have done many times, including a significant number of personnel on the ground, aviation assets, canines, and formed a very large perimeter around that area. By 5:50, Burham was in custody. He had been tracked through the woods. As he approached, allow me to look at the name of the road here, Logan Road, he encountered perimeter troopers there, attempted to prone out and hide, and was approached from behind by members of the Marshals, the Border Patrol, and Pennsylvania State Police CERT. He was taken into custody and is currently at the Pennsylvania State Police Warren Station, where he will be processed. And as I have told you, determination will be made where he will ultimately be housed following his arraignment. It will not be in the Warren County facility. We are still determining where he will go, but that will be taken care of here shortly. I want to thank the residents of Warren County and the surrounding area for their patience through all of this. I know it was challenging for them. I know they were nervous. I know they were scared. But they remained gracious to all of our people, and were very, very helpful to all of us. So I truly appreciate that. There is something else that I want to do here, so this is a good story to be able to tell you about tonight. I mean, we ended this without anyone else getting hurt. But I also wanted to tell you an interesting story. So as part of our Pennsylvania Police CERT team, one of our members is celebrating his 25th anniversary with the department. He came in this morning and told me that, sir, it's my last day with the department and with CERT. We got to get him today. We chuckled about it, made sure everybody knew, and of course, no one really thought it would happen. He might be the guy you want to talk to about lottery numbers or anything else, because I think he's one of the luckiest people around. What did I lose him here? Corporal Brian King. I want to tell you a little more to the story about this hero. He was one of the guys that was out here. He's been helping throughout this whole process, trying to make sure we could safely capture Burham. A number of years ago, Brian was seriously wounded on a barricaded gunman call down in Westmoreland County. Lost the vision in one of his eyes as a result of taking a gunshot to the face. He came back from that, not only as a full-duty trooper, but as a full-duty member of our Special Emergency Response Team. Has been an active duty member ever since, and I'm proud to call him my friend. I'm going to miss him here with the department, but I think it was meant to be that you were back here today and here to participate in this capture. I want to recognize Brian.
So what the Colonel is not explaining to you is the reason why I was able to do that was because of him. He's humble, he won't admit that, but that's the reason. So I want to recognize him.
So the only other thing I would tell you is that our investigation continues into any assistance that Burham may have received, and discussions will occur in the future with the district attorney's office if we believe we have sufficient evidence to prosecute anyone. And with that, I would be happy to take your questions.
Can you share more about the tip that came in? We're hearing that, a dog had maybe been barking and the owners went out and saw it. Is that correct? Can you elaborate a little more on
That is.
tip?
It is, and they went out to check on why the dog was barking, went to the rear of their property. They encountered Burham. I'm told that a conversation occurred, brief conversation, asked him what was he doing there, and he said something about camping, and the owner of the property recognized him, got his wife back into, they were in a golf cart, got his wife back into the golf cart and drove away from there so that he could immediately contact us as Burham fled into the woods. And the rest of it played out then as I described for you.
So that was in the backyard of their home?
Yes.
You've been saying all week, we're waiting until he makes a mistake. What mistake did he make?
He came out into the open and was spotted by an individual. It's in the area, one of the portions of the area that we have been pushing hard. And as I said to you, that's been our strategy all along, is to push him hard, to have him make a mistake. He finally did. It was spotted. You all had a hand in that by getting the word out and making sure that people knew what he looked like, who he was, and that they needed to call us right away. And they did exactly what we asked and what you asked of them. And so he's in custody.
What was his physical condition when you found him? He's been on the run for a week now.
Looks tired and worn out, as we thought that he might. He was still wearing his prison pants turned inside out. He was dirty, wet.
Did you see him malnourished or dehydrated or anything like that?
I don't know that I would call him malnourished. It's hard to tell from just looking at him. Again, I would characterize his condition as worn out.
Were there words exchanged from him that you can share with us? Did he say anything?
We're not going to discuss what was said there. Again, he's being taken back to the station. There will be an interview done there, and he'll be processed and incarcerated.
Any additional details about how he was able to survive for this long on his own? Was there any equipment with him? Did he have anything in his possession when you found him?
He did not have anything in his immediate possession. We will be searching the area to ensure that there is still nothing else there. Over time, he did have access to some equipment that was out there. I told you about bags that were recovered. We did link him to those with DNA, and we knew that he had potentially accessed some survival equipment. To kind of close the loop on one of the reasons that we thought he was armed, and he was not, at least when we physically took him into custody again. We'll be searching that area just to make sure there are not any firearms still around that he dropped or hid. But there was ammunition of a couple of different calibers in those bags that we found. Not ammunition that would have fit a weapon that he used in the original kidnapping. And so that was one of the things that led us to be concerned that he may very well be armed.
You said he approached the perimeter and then laid down and was captured then from behind. Had officers seen him and forced him to run towards that other side of the
Oh,
building
yeah.
at that point?
Yes, he was being pursued by the officers along with canines. New York State Police had a bloodhound, and Customs and Border Patrol had a search and patrol dog immediately behind the bloodhound. And so, yes, he was being tracked and pushed by a line of tactical members.
Did he attempt to resist or run away again after officers who had worked with him?
No, he was taken into custody at gunpoint.
Will he be arraigned on the escape charge tonight?
Yes.
And where will that be?
I don't know. Do you have any idea on that? No, we'll have to let you know about that.
Will he be facing any additional charges beyond the escape charge tonight or just that?
That's to be determined yet.
Do you still feel he was being helped along the way?
As I said, that'll be part of the ongoing investigation, and if we can prove that he was, there will be charges filed for that.
Can you talk about the feeling among the search teams now that he's finally, in custody? What are you feeling after this almost 2-week search?
It's a great relief. All of us were always concerned that we would end up with a citizen harmed in some way, or even one of the officers harmed in one way. There's a lot of responsibility when you put a team like this out into the field. And again, knowing that he had ammunition and may very well have a weapon, that he has used a weapon in the commission of crimes before, that he was suspected in another homicide. He really had very little to lose in this whole search that we conducted. And so it would not have been a surprise to me if there had been a violent encounter at the end. And so you're always worried about things like that. So to not have that play out, it's a good day.
Sir, now that he's in custody, can you tell us how many stockpiles there may have been and whether there were stockpiles near where he was ultimately found?
There was not a stockpile in the immediate vicinity of where he was found, but we know that he was through the area where the stockpiles were. They were primarily south of Warren. He had identified 2 and we found a 3rd. And I say he had identified, we had maps that were also in his bag that identified some locations that he had stashed things. Again, I thank you all for your help in getting the word out to the citizens, and we're just very happy that, that it's come to a conclusion in this way. Thank you.
Applause there for law enforcement officers who captured murder suspect Michael Burham, who is on the run after more than a week escaping the Warren County Jail. Investigators received a tip this afternoon that led to his capture just before 6 p.m. He will be arraigned tonight, and they are still deciding where he will be held, but state police did say it will not be the jail in Warren County where he escaped from. We will continue following this story for you throughout the night. Make sure you download the 2 on Your Side mobile app for all the latest updates as we learn more. We're going to send you back to regular programming right now, and we'll see you back here at 11.